7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Welcome to YouTube Life Empower and CER Academy. My name Rabiata Adawiyah and I will be your moderator for today. Before we start our session tonight, don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel, okay? To anyone who is watching YouTube Live for the first time, this program is brought for students who will sit for SPM, especially student Form 4 and 5. This program is carried out to help in improving the academics of Form 5 students who will take the SPM exam. Also, there is 5 subjects that we selected for this program, which is Bahasa Melayu, English, Mathematics, Science and History. All Form 4 and 5 students are invited to review and study together with our panel tonight for the English session titled Step by Step. Before we start our session, I would like to introduce our panel tonight. Our presenter name is Haziq bin Razali, or you guys can call as Sir Haziq. He is a teacher from SMK Puteri Ampang, Kuala Lumpur. He is an excellent English teacher who has 9 years of experience in teaching all levels from young to young adult learners. Also, this is his 3rd year of teaching upper secondary students. Now, moving along to our session, please welcome Sir Haziq who will presenting our session tonight.
Alright, hello everyone. Assalamualaikum and very good evening. I bid to everybody. So how are you people? So I hope you guys are in the pink of health. Oh my god, that's so scammer. Alright, before we start, let me introduce myself. So for those who just know me, okay, my name is Muhammad Azir Razali. You may call me Mr. Haziq, sure. So I'm from SMK Puteri Ampang. And actually this is like my 3rd or 4th episode, I guess, 4th time of joining this program. Okay, so for those who wants to watch my previous video, you may also you know go into this website, YouTube site, and then you might want to check mine. Okay, all right, so for tonight's topic, okay, I'm going to share you on the roles of verbs. Yeah, okay, for those who already watched my previous video, you should know that in my presentation, I would speak in both languages. Yeah, I would speak in Bahasa Melayu and as well as Bahasa Inggeris. Because why? I know that some of you guys will be watching this video, maybe ada yang middle proficiency or perhaps low proficiency yang memang kemungkinan tak faham if I skipping London, like if I speak fully in English, perhaps some of you guys might not understand, kan? So I would prefer to speak in both English and Malay as well. Okay, don't worry. And if you have any questions, please do ask me in the comment section. Okay, don't worry, I'll answer to you if we still have time. Okay, if I'm able to answer, then I will answer to you. Okay, now let's start with our session for tonight. Yeah, the role of verbs in sentence structure. So building strong communication. So actually this topic, yeah, about verbs. Verbs is a very basic topic. Yeah, I think by right, most of us, especially for those who are in Form 4 and Form 5, by right you should already know that in a sentence you should have a subject, a verb, and a completed thought, right? So a verb is one of the thing that is crucial, to be put in a sentence. Sangat penting, untuk kita letakkan dekat dalam sentence. Or if you don't put a verb in a sentence, that sentence might be, the sentence might be hanging, or maybe perhaps the message might not be that clear if you don't put a verb, because verb ni lah yang menunjukkan apa yang kita sedang buat. So the verb shows on what you are doing at the moment, or what did you do last time, or what will you do in the future, what you do at the moment. Okay. So it is important actually for us to use the verbs in a sentence. Anyway, for tonight's session, I will not be focusing too much on tenses, yeah. Like for example, present, past, and future. And by right, you should also know that each sentence, each tense has four subtenses, which is the simple present, simple, continuous tense, perfect, and also perfect continuous tense. So I'm not going to touch on that tonight. Okay, I am simply going to touch uh solely going to touch on verbs. All right. So yeah, let's start with the lesson. Okay. So the role of verbs in sentence structure, building strong communication. Bam. Right, let's take a look at the introduction. So like I told you just now, by right, in a sentence, we should have these three components. This is a very basic one. Okay. First, we should have a subject. Right, the subject, it could be anything or anyone. Like for example, she is a subject or a noun. This one is a pronoun. So a subject can be a noun, it could be a pronoun. Okay, so both. All right. And then after the subject, after a subject, you should have a verb. Ni yang warna merah putih ni kan, ni mesti kena ada. Kalau you hanya ada subject and then you tak ada verb, the sentence akan jadi macam hanging. Like people might ask you, what are you trying to say here? So kena ada verb kat sini. So sebelum kita ada subject, and then kita ada verb, and then kita ada completed thought, yeah. Every morning. So every morning is the completed thought, CT. So tonight I am going to focus on this. Ni verb ni. Okay? All right. Now, the objectives of tonight's session is that for all of us to be able to identify and use the verbs correctly. So actually, to know about verbs, there are 5 things. Yeah, there are 5 things that you should know before, so that you are able to use the verb correctly. Siapa ni mencari video berapa? Hello. Okay. Right. So the first thing that we're going to touch is on the action and non-action verbs. So what are action verbs and what are non-action verbs? How do we know whether the verb is an action verbs, and how do we know that the verb is a non-action verbs? Okay. Who's this? In Chinese symbols, guy. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but then hello. All right. And then secondly, we're going to touch on transitive and intransitive verbs. All right, we want to know apakah itu transitive and apakah itu intransitive verbs. And then after these two, then we move on to the regular and the irregular verbs. Okay. And after that, we're going to touch on model auxiliary verbs, model verbs. Okay, model verbs. And lastly, we're going to touch on the subject verb agreement. Okay. Actually dalam banyak-banyak ni kan, I have been marking essays like for long time already, and then I could see that most students who are in the middle to low proficiency, they have these problems in in the regular and irregular verbs, as well as the subject verb agreement, especially the subject verb agreement. Okay, so this is in this video, in this session, I am going to clarify to you. Sir akan cuba terangkan kepada anda semula. Actually, this is more like a debrief, a debrief to all of us, because we have been learning verbs since forever. Kan? Kita belajar verbs dari sekolah rendah. Ada yang masuk sekolah tadika kan? Kita dah kenal dah all these verbs, or we call the verbs as apa ya? Kalau kat sekolah ni kita panggil sebagai apa? Cikgu tak ingat dah apa dia panggil. Okay. But yeah, we have been learning this is forever, sejak daripada sekolah rendah. So, by right, you should already know what are verbs. Okay, what are verbs. All right. Now, let's start with the first one. Okay. Active and non-active verbs. Okay. Active or action verbs, yeah. Action verbs, yeah. Action verbs is to describe an action for an action, yeah. For example, read, do, make, or write. Okay, for to make it clear, an action verbs or an active verbs is are the verbs which shows that you are doing something physically, which you can see with your five senses. Or if you have six senses, I don't know. But by right, we should only have five senses like see, touch, hear, see, touch, hear, taste. What else? Another one. See, touch, hear, taste, and then feel. Okay, feel. Feel is it? I forgot already. Right. So the five senses. So technically, whatever things that you can do physically, okay, this is what we call as action verb. Like for example, read. You can see people read, right? You can see people are reading. So read is actually an active verb. Okay, something that is physical, something that you can see with your own eyes. Okay, but for non-action verbs or stative verbs, okay, describe states, senses, possessions, emotion, feelings, or opinions. Okay, essentially all the more abstract verbs. For example, mean, love, know, own. For example, I love you. I love you. So, what is the shape of love? Can you see the shape of love? Cannot. Can you see the physical way of doing the word love? Can tak ada kan? Dia tak ada physical movement yang spesifik untuk menunjukkan tentang love. Or no. Like I know you, contohkan I know you somewhere. Kan? Like no, macam mana kita nak tahu bentuk no tu macam mana? Kan? Kita tahu kan? Macam mana rupa cara kita nak buat no tu. Macam kalau macam kita run, kita tahu macam mana kita nak run. Kita bertunjuk kita boleh lari. Kan run, lari. Kita tunjuk, oh this is lari. Tapi to show that you know. Like physically know. Like you are doing something that to show that you know. Macam impossible je kan. So benda tu benda kita tak nampak. But it is still, they're still considered as a verb. Okay, a non-action verb. Dia verb tapi kita tak boleh nampak. Macam tu. Siapa ni Daniel? Hi Daniel. Okay. Alright. Betul teacher tak boleh nampak. Okay, good. Alright, next. Okay, action verbs examples. Okay, let's see. Let's zoom so that everybody can see. Okay, look at the first one. Okay, the red one that I have highlighted are the action verbs. Yeah, for example, he watched the championship game again. So watch is the action verb because we can see that he's doing it with his eyes. Kan kita nampak dia gunakan mata untuk melihat sesuatu. So watch is an action verb. Okay, the word see. Next, okay. Okay, kita nampak ni. Sama je, dia punya, kalau nak tahu, dia punya flow dia sama je. Okay, dia punya rentak dia sama je. Mula-mula kena ada subject, lepas tu ada verb, lepas tu dia ada dia punya completed thought dekat belakang ni. It's the same thing. The same flow. Okay. Jangan risau. Dia takkan berubah. Melainkan kalau dekat sini kita ada guna noun ke proper noun, something like that, and then dia guna article a and the in front here. Or perhaps nanti kalau dia nak buat complex and compound sentences, yang ni saya ada complex and compound sentences. Siapa nak tahu boleh tengok video-video yang sebelumnya, saya ada share. Okay, maybe akan berubah sikit, tapi the way they put the verb, okay, the formula is still the same. Subject, verb, completed thought. Subject, verb, completed thought. Tak berubah. It's the same thing. Okay. Shira ni. Hi Shira. Okay. Okay. Alright. The next one. They is a what? They is a plural pronoun. Okay, it's a plural pronoun they kan. Mereka. They remove the board from the wall. So the word removed here is an action verb. Because you can see that these people remove that the board with their hands. Dia pegang. Contohnya, this is a pencil box. I remove the pencil box. Okay. Using my own hand, I remove the pencil box. Kan. So, kita gunakan tangan dia untuk remove. Nampak tak? We can see that with our own eyes. Dia buat Okay. So, that is what you, that is why remove is also an action verbs. And verbs ni ada banyak ada beribu-ribu, billions ke thousands, it might be 100,000, might be billions, might be gazillions kan. I don't know, but there's a lot of verbs. Okay, there's a lot of verbs. Okay, jangan tanya sir ada berapa banyak verbs. You better check the dictionary if you want to know. Or hello, nowadays we have Mr. Google. Okay, just ask Mr. Google how many English verbs are there. Nanti dia mesti letak punya berapa banyak kan. You might get the exact number. Okay. Alright. So remove is also an action verb. Next. He did. He did what? Okay. He did an excellent job of explaining. See, this word explaining. Explaining the subject. See, explaining here is also an action verb. Okay. Because why? You can see that person is talking, right? Talking and then pull out the voice and explain, justify. See, explain. Like what I'm doing right now, I am explaining. So, explaining is also an action verb. Because kita boleh nampak mulut dia muam kan? Action lah tu. Pergerakan je. Alright. So, explaining is also an action verb. Oh yeah, for those yang baru join ni, sekarang ni kita dekat action verb. Okay. Yang the first part ni kita cuma nak kenal action dengan non-action saja. Again, kita tak sentuh tenses kita tak sentuh tenses malam ni. Okay. Alright. So this one is an action verb. Okay, next. Number 4. Additionally, it will clean the floors. Okay, it will clean the floors. So clean is an action verb. Sir, kenapa kat sini dia eat kan? Bukan seorang kan? Bukan seorang kan? Tapi kenapa dia tak ada S kat clean ni? Macam pelik kan? Bukan it will cleans ke sir? Okay, it's like this. Okay, can you see the word will here? Tak sebut pusat kan? Yeah. Okay, this word will kan? Will ni is one of the modal verbs that I'm going to explain to you later on. Okay, modal verbs is banyak. Okay, will is one of the modal verbs as well as a future tense word. Okay, menunjukkan masa depan apa yang akan berlaku kan. Okay, to show that something is planned. Okay, masa depan. So, bila kita ada will, kat sini bila kita ada will, kita kena make sure yang the verb use ni, yang contoh macam clean ni kan, dia tak boleh ada S, dia tak boleh ada ED, dia tak boleh ada ING, dia tak boleh ada irregular noun, tak boleh. Dia tak boleh ada irregular noun, sebutan tak boleh. Dia kena gunakan the root formation. Okay, ataupun dikenali sebagai infinitives or the root verb. Verb yang original, tanpa tambah apa-apa, tanpa mengubah ejaan apa-apa sekalipun. The root one. So for instance, like this one, clean. Clean is the root verb ya. Is the root verb. Kalau maybe dia tambah ed, dia boleh tambah s, dia boleh tambah ing kan. So in this case, sebab kita ada guna will kat sini, so kat sini kita kena guna the root form of the verb, which is clean. Okay. Right. And then there goes some other. Yeah. Okay. Next. Make a note of what I said. Make a what? Make is also a verb, yeah. Make a note of what I said. Make is an action verb because to show that he should make something, he should do something. Okay, should do something. movement. Alright. And also this one is under past tense. He went to the market and bought what? Yeah. He went to the market and bought 2 kilos of apple. Nampak? Kat sini ada dua verbs here. Past tense verb, two simple past tense verbs. The word went. Nampak tak? Sama juga sama macam kata Dan. Ada subject, and then kita ada went, ada verb kat sini, and then yang ni yang ini adalah compound sentences because kita tambah n. Dia ada dua independent clauses. He went to the market. Lepas tu kat sini mesti ada macam he bought 2 kilos of apple. So dua ayat yang dua independent clauses digabungkan menjadi satu ayat compound, dia buang he, dia tambah n. So dia ada dua lah. Ada dua verb kat sini. He went to the market and bought 2 kilos of apple. Nampak tak? Ada dua simple past tenses kat sini. Okay, two verbs. Nampak tak? Dia guna verb. Okay, mesti ada verb. This one, she is being dragged by her bag against the wheel. Ni mesti macam kena ragut kan. So this one, being dragged is also this one is macam verb phrase lah. Being dragged kan, still under verb. Okay, and then he bent down and lifted the boy into the air. Okay, bend down is a verb phrase. Lifted is a verb. Nampak tak? Ada verb juga kat sini. And he wore necklace around his neck as if it was his. Okay. And also these papers should not be used. So all the red colored ones are what we call as an action verb. As action verbs, because all these things is a movement verbs, yeah. Okay, movement verbs yang kita buat guna kita punya physicality. Okay, kita guna tangan, kita guna kaki, kita guna mulut, kita guna mata. All those things are action verbs which you can see. Alright. Now, let's take a look at dah. Tiba-tiba dia zoom in, zoom in. Okay. Next, stative verbs. Okay, or kita panggil sebagai non-action verbs, yeah. Stative verbs verbs are also verbs, but we cannot see from our own eyes. We cannot see the movement, we cannot see the physical action, we cannot see that. Okay. Look, let's take a look here. First, we have verbs of feelings and emotions. This is the first one. Verbs of feelings and emotion. Feelings, perasaan. Okay, verbs of feelings. Perasaan dan sebagainya. Love, like, hate, I prefer, adore. Saya zoom in sikit. Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. Oh, terlalu besar. Okay. Nampak? Okay. Prefer, adore, need, want, wish, etc. Berlambak. There's a lot of stative verbs about feelings and emotions. You can check on Google. Okay, for example, we need coffee. Ni baru betul. We need coffee. Bukan we are needing coffee. No. This one is wrong. We are needing coffee is not right. It's not the right way to write a sentence. Okay, we need coffee. See, we is a plural pronoun. Need is the verb. Okay, need is the verb, and then coffee. Can you see how people mati sakit pula. Can you see how people do the word need physically? Boleh tak? Tak boleh kan? We just mention, we need coffee. Need tu macam tunjuk kita lari ke? Tak ada. Adakah need tu menunjukkan kita makan? Tak ada. Okay, semua tu tak ada. Cuma it's just like words or feelings. Okay, feelings. We need something. Or the second one, Simon loves his new trainers. Oh, jangan mati saya sakit. Okay. Right. Simon loves his new trainers. The word loves here, right? Kalau yang action verb tadi lebih kepada perbuatannya. Ya, perbuatan fizikal yang kita boleh nampak. Okay? Perbuatan fizikal yang kita boleh nampak dengan mata kita. Perbuatan, okay, menggunakan tangan, kaki, mulut, okay, telinga. Benda itulah. Itu yang kita namakan sebagai action verb. Simple je benda ni. Benda ni simple je. Benda ni kita selalu guna. Action verb dengan stative verb memang kita selalu guna. Cumanya malam ni kita nak highlight secara lebih lebih spesifik je. Yang ni perkataan ni apa, perkataan tu apa. Itu that's all. That's it. Okay? Alright. Pikachu mana? Alright. Next. And then Claire adored her daughters. Like the word adored kan. Macam mana kita tahu dia adore? Dia berlari ke? Dia bercakap ke? Ataupun dia menggunakan tangan dia untuk angkat adore ke? Tak ada kan? But it is still under verbs, stative verbs. This one talks about feelings. Adored. She never felt so happy. Okay. Alright. I've always wanted to travel. All these feelings. Okay. Peter wished he exercised more when he was younger. So all these words, verbs. Okay, always wanted. Dia nak je, wanted, I want. Always wanted. Tapi, it's all about feeling. Dia dalam ni je. It's all in the head, kan, thinking. Dia tak ada benda yang fizikal pun tentang verb ni. Cumanya, it's still under verbs. Tapi dia ada stative verbs. Itu je sebenarnya. Tak ada apa pun, jangan risau. Okay, yang penting kena ada verb dalam sentence. Itu penting. Jangan buat ayat tapi tak ada verb, tiba-tiba tergantung. Itu jangan. Alright, next. Okay, kalau ini we talk about feelings and our emotion, kita punya perasaan kan. But this one also stative verbs, verbs of thoughts and opinions. Okay, kita punya pendapat. Kita punya pemikiran kita, thoughts and opinions pun under stative verbs juga. Contoh, no, understand. Macam, I understand you. Macam mana you rupa kau understand tu? Macam mana rupa understand tu? Macam orange, coklat, tak ada kan? So, it's like a thought. Okay. Understand, believe, agree, recognize, suppose, doubts. Doubts, bukan doubt. Okay, doubt. And mean, remember, etc. Okay, like for example, Thomas understood clearly what his mother told him. Understood. The word understood ni. Dia tunjukkan dia faham kan? Tapi apa bentuk understood tu? Berupa kacang. Kan? Kan? Tak nampak pun. Okay. Cuma dia punya pemikiran saja. Dia punya opinion. Dia punya thought. Okay. Tu je. Dia tak physical. Tapi still verb. Okay. Still a verb. Alright. And then I've known him ever since high school. Known. I've known ni under what? Present perfect kan? I've known. Okay. Known is also stative verb. Okay, apa tadi? Cikgu nak tanya apa beza I have dengan I've? Tak apa Insyirah, it's okay. I have dengan I've tu sama je. Okay, sebab bezanya I have ni adalah gabungan. I plus have jadi I've. Itu je. Tak ada beza pun. Tapi nak guna I've ni, it's best if you use the word I've ni masa dekat paper 2 part 1. Masa kita dah buat email kan. Kita nak reply email ke orang tu kan. Yes, gunalah contraction macam ni. Ni kita bagi sebagai contraction. Okay, kita gabungkan dua perkataan jadi satu. Okay, I have, I plus have jadi I've. Simple. Okay, faham Insyirah tak apa. You guys, kalau you guys nak tanya soalan yang luar daripada topik malam ini pun tak ada masalah. But English topik lah. But luar daripada topik malam ini pun tak ada masalah. Selagi saya boleh jawab, saya jawab. Okay, don't worry. Alright. Okay, Syirah, harap cikgu telah menjawab soalan anda. Okay, I plus have equals to I've. Gabungan I dan have. Samalah, instead of dua perkataan, kita jadikan satu je. Okay. Apakah maksud adore? This one's vocab. Adore tu maksudnya suka lah. Adore. I adore you. Berkenan. Itulah adore. Okay, adore. Berkenan, suka. Okay. Alright. Okay, dapat Faizura But adore ni lagi soft lah. Soft. Dia punya perkataan tu lagi soft daripada like. I adore you. Aku suka kau ni. Aku berkenan kat kau. I adore you. Itulah. Okay? Alright, Faizura. Okay, tadi. Oh yeah, still under stative verb. Okay. Ada banyak stative verb ni sebenarnya. Okay, I've known him ever since high school. No one believed us. See, believed us. Believe. Believe is also a stative verb. Tak ada rupa tapi it's still a verb. I'm afraid. Okay, I'm afraid I don't agree. Ataupun I disagree. Okay, disagree. Pun agree or disagree pun verb juga. Tapi stative verb. Okay, verb yang kita tak boleh nampak. Suppose that. Okay. I recognize her. Okay. Recognize her. Recognize ialah stative verb. See ni apa? See ni stative ke? Action verb. See ialah an action verb. See. You boleh nampak aku. Lama tak nampak engkau. Perbuatan kan? See or seen. Had not seen ni. Hadn't seen. Okay. So this is a perbuatan see. Okay. Alright. This one is an action verb. This one recognize is a stative verb. Okay. Non-action verb. And last one. Do you suppose that they will hire him? Okay. Suppose ialah stative verb. Yang tak nampak verb yang tak nampak. Hire is an action verb. Okay, it's an action verb, active verb. Okay, so itu dia. Alright, ada lagi tak? Okay, ada lagi. Okay, kalau tadi the first one, feelings, kita punya perasaan. Okay, the second one is thoughts, kita punya opinion, thoughts. Okay, and the third one, banyak kita lagi ni. Okay, the third one is possession. Okay. Besar sangat. Okay, the third one is verbs of possession. Possession ni maksudnya pemilikan. Kita milik possession bukan maksud yang kena sampuk tu tau. Bukan. Okay, possession ni bukan kena rasuk hantu macam cerita exorcist tu, bukan ya. Bukan that kind of possess. Itu kena rasuk, kena sampuk, bukan that one ya. Possession in this term, in this case bermaksud pemilikan, kepunyaan. Okay, kepunyaan. For example, they have, possess, own, belong, etc. For example, I have a pencil box. So I have this. This is mine. Okay. Pencil box ke pencil case ke apa, tak kisahlah kan. So I have a pencil box. So have is the verb of a verb of possession. Okay. Pemilikan. Mine. Okay. I have. So for example, this one, another example, some examples given here. I've had this car. I have had. Had ni ialah past tense. Past perfect ya. Past participle of have. Okay. I've had. This one is under present perfect. I've had kan. I've had this car for 10 years now. Up till now, he still got the car. So I've had. So this one is the verb of possession. This one is under present perfect. Okay, cikgu sentuh situ-situ je lah. Okay, untuk tenses ni. Tapi cikgu tak sentuh like specifically for tonight. Nanti perhaps next session ataupun kita punya next, our next session ni kita akan sentuh pasal tenses. So, tenses ada banyak. Ada tiga jenis, dan setiap tiga tu ada 4 subtenses. Saya panggil subtenses. Saya tak tahu macam mana sekolah, cikgu-cikgu sekolah awak panggil that 4 tenses kan, yang simple, continuous, perfect continuous kan. I call this 4 subtenses. Okay. Alright, next one is he was arrested because, arrested is an action verb. Okay, arrested because he possessed a gun. Possessed is a stative verbs under possession, possess. Bukan bermaksud dia santau pistol tau, ataupun dia santau senjata tu, bukan not that kind of possess. Jangan cakap, sir, dia rasuk pistol tu ke? Bukan no. Dia memiliki sepucuk pistol. Macam tu. Okey. Bukan dia rasuk pistol tu. Faham Okay. Alright. Next one. Mark owns a small Italian restaurant. Owns, dia memiliki. Mark memiliki satu restoran Italian yang kecil. So owns, memiliki. So ini juga adalah satu stative verbs under possession, pemilikan. And lastly, these plates belong in that cupboard over there. So it's cupboard, not cupboard. No, cupboard. Okay, belong is a stative verb under possession. Okay. Alright, then next one. Okay, this one verb or senses. Kalau yang ini senses tau. Yang ni bukan macam action verb tadi. Itu yang kita boleh nampak. Okay, kita boleh nampak perbuatan orang tu. Tapi kalau macam senses saja, senses saja, yang ni yang ni dia tak termasuk dalam action verb. Okay, sebab benda ni kita tak nampak fizikal dia. Okay, for example, this one kan, I saw a great film last night. Okay, she saw. Tapi macam mana bentuk? Yalah, kalau kita kata yang tadi tu, yang perbuatan melihat tu lain. Okay, tapi see ataupun saw in the terms of shape tu kita tak nampak kan. So I saw a great film last night. Saw is also a verb of stative. Have you heard what happened to Rebecca? Dengar je lah. Okay, have you heard? Apa rupa heard tu? Tak dengar kan? Okay. Or the soup smells delicious. Macam mana bentuk smell tu? Bentuk curry puff ke? Kan, bentuk strawberry kita tak nampak kan bentuk tu kan. Cuma kita dapat the idea tu, idea of smell and the idea of heard or the idea of saw. Okay, idea tu. Cuma bentuk physical of smell tu kita tak nampak. Okay, next. The salad tastes too salty and sour. Taste. Macam mana bentuk rupa sour tu How do you know what is the shape of salty? What is the shape of sour? We don't know, right? We can think of the idea of the taste only. If you think that it's sour, it's our mindset of our mindset to specify the taste of one thing. Okay, next. You look great. Say opinion. Okay, like you look great in that dress. Okay, you nampak. Okay, you look great. Look is also one of the stative verb. Okay, under senses. And lastly, Brian seemed younger. Seem is also a stative verb. Okay, all right. I think that's all for this one. Yeah. Okay, stative verb examples. Tu je kan. Oh, okay. Alright, this one. Okay, these are some just now kita ada action verbs and kita ada stative verbs kan. But there are some words kan, there are some words kita boleh guna dia sebagai both active and stative verbs. Ada je, boleh je. Ya, tu kita panggil sebagai dynamic verb. Macam tadi kan, macam saya kata tadi kan, ada yang perbuatan macam see tu atau look tu kan, benda tu kan kita panggil stative verb. Tapi kita pun boleh kita boleh gunakan sebagai an active verb ataupun an action verb juga. Contoh kat sini kan, let's yep. This one right. Contohlah stative verb. Okay. Technically look is a stative verb. Like it looks cold outside. Nampak tak? Looks is one of the stative verb. Tapi for this word kita boleh guna sebagai active verb tau. Or kita panggil sebagai dynamic verb. Like this one. He's looking out the window. Contoh. Okay, he's looking out the window. Okay, meaning perbuatan dia tu sedang melihat di luar. Okay, perbuatan dia tu kan. So, benda ni pun boleh jadi juga. Alright. Jack appears to be tired today. She's appearing on a TV show today. Meaning dia betul-betul physically there. Kan? Boleh juga. Okay. And I think that Mr. Peter is a good teacher. Or, I'm thinking about the problem right now. Meaning like he's doing something. He's thinking. He's doing it. So thinking is also is considered as dynamic verb. Okay. Feel. Okay, I feel that Mr. Peter is a good teacher. Oh, jadi dah feel lah. I have a car. Okay, possession. I have a car. I'm having a good time. Meaning like he's happy. He's literally having a good time. So we can see that movement. Perhaps maybe dia menari ke, is jumping around ke apa, dekat gelak kan. Apa beza look and see? Okay, this is a very good question. Okay. Dua-dua tu maksudnya lihat kan, tapi apa beza dekat sini? Sekejap What's the difference? Okay. Actually ada satu lagi tu sebenarnya. Ada look, ada see, good verb Look, ada see, ada watch. Watch pun sama juga, watch. Okay. Look, see and watch, okay? Okay, so kalau see tu maksudnya you notice it. You macam you perasan, you see ataupun you become aware of someone or something by using your eyes. Okay. Alright. Dia macam you perasan something. Tapi kalau look kan mean you look directly in the eye. Okay. You look directly to direct your eyes in a particular direction. Itu betul-betul physically. Look. Look into my eye. Kau tengok mata aku sekarang. Tengok. This is look. Okay, physically look. Tapi see tak sama. See is somewhat like an idea to notice. Okay, for example, see me in my office. Okay, see me in my office. See, macam tu je. Tapi dia bukan bermaksud kita nampak. It's more like an idea. Okay, kalau look, itu physical. Faham beza see dengan look? And ada satu lagi, watch. Kalau watch pula, to look at someone or something for an amount of time and pay attention on what is happening. Macam sekarang ni you are watching this show. You are watching this session. You tengok, you focus for a certain period of time. To watch, like you are watching a film. You can see, let's go and see a film, tak? Let's go and watch a film. Okay, kalau kita tengok sesuatu ataupun fokus kepada sesuatu untuk certain period of time, itu watch. Macam sekarang, you are watching. Tapi kalau look, kita betul-betul look physically, directly to your eyes. Itu look. And lastly, kalau see is like an idea. See, like see, nampak? See, macam tu je. It's like that. It's like, are you aware of it? Do you notice it? See, tu biasa je. Okay, Bhai Surat, I hope you answer. I hope I answered your question. Faham? Dia beza tau. Kalau dalam bahasa Melayu, kalau dalam bahasa Melayu pula, see nampak. See tu nampak. Look tu tengok sini. Look. Okay, lihat. Kalau watch ialah tonton. Nampak macam sama kan? But it's different. Okay. Thank you Baizra. Good question. Good question. Okay. Sebab ada ramai orang yang confused with these words. So especially during the speaking test. Ada orang yang confused between the usage of look and see and watch. Okay. Thank you for that good question. Alright. Next. After ni. Ada lagi ada. See. Do you see those birds? Do you notice the birds there? This one dia jadi an active verb. Okay. The doctor is seeing a patient now. Or a dynamic verb. Okay. At the moment doktor tengah ada session dengan the patient. Alright. And then taste the pepper. The pepper tastes hot. Tu rasa kan? The chief is tasting the food. Ini perbuatan Tasting the soup is perbuatan. Alright. Smell, be, weigh, measure, mind. Dan macam-macam lagi perkataan yang boleh dijadikan sebagai active verbs at the same time ataupun dynamic verbs. Okay. 47 minutes and I think that's the end of part 1. Okay. Active and stative verbs. Itu dia. Okay. Okay, for those yang rasa macam nak faham sekali lagi, nanti lepas habis je session ni, you guys boleh tonton semula video ni menggunakan link yang sama. Okay, no problem. Nak rewatch balik banyak kali pun tak ada masalah. Alright. You nak bawa ni belajar dengan kawan, video-video untuk belajar dengan kawan-kawan you pun tak ada masalah. By all means, do it. Use whatever materials that I have shared with you guys in your to learn, in your learning process. Okay, that's about active and stative verbs. All right. Now, again, if you have any questions, please, just ask in the comment box, the chat box. So I'll try to answer to you. Okay. Who's this? Sam Gessi. Who's this? Okay. Salam. Okay. All right. Okay. Next. Transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay. Sebenarnya kan, bila you tulis satu ayat, okay, when you write a sentence, sebenarnya ada je you buat ayat menggunakan ayat transitif dan ada juga yang ayat yang menggunakan ayat intransitif, menggunakan verb kata kerja intransitif. Cumanya kita technically tak adalah macam fokus sangat dekat benda tu. Sebab yang penting bila you buat sentence, you kena ada subject, you kena ada verb and then you kena ada completed thought. And then on the same time you kena create more complex and compound sentences. Okay, nak tu complex and compound sentences, lagi saya kata boleh tengok video yang sebelumnya. Okay, alright. Now, let's take a look at what are transitive verbs. Apa ni transitive verbs ni? Okay, alright. Okay, transitive verbs. Okay, the action of the verb passes from the subject to the direct object. And to make sense, the verb needs the direct object. In grammar speak, transitive verbs take a direct object. Tapi nanti kita tengok contoh dia macam mana. While intransitive verb, intransitive verbs don't need an object. Kalau ayat ni yang kita selalu buat, okay, ada subjek, betul, ada verb, kan? Lepas tu ada objek ataupun completed thought, kan? Yang tiga-tiga ni. Ini yang kita panggil penggunaan transitive verb. Sebab kita ada tiga-tiga ni, yang tengah-tengah tu jadi ayat jadi verb transitive. That's all. As simple as that sebenarnya. Okay. And then intransitive pula, Intransitive verbs don't need an object to make sense. They have meaning on their own. Okay, intransitive verbs don't take a direct object. Instead, it might have an adverb or an adverbial phrase that completes their meaning. Okay, what kind of adverb or adverbial phrase? So let's check this one. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Let's take a look at the example here. Nampak ni. Ni. Siapa ni pakcik ni? Okay, example. The director. So this is the subject, right? The director is the subject. And then the verb is buys. His lunch is the object ataupun the completed thought. Okay, let's say lah kan. Kalau lah dia kata macam ni. Transitive verb mesti ada objek ataupun mesti ada dia punya completed thought. Kalau lah kita cuba tulis the director buys tanpa objek yang untuk support this one, agak-agak ayat tu make sense tak? The director buys. Buys what? Okay. Buys his lunch ke? Buys his book ke? Dia tak tahu. So jadi ayat tu jadi macam tergantung tau. So ada certain thing yang you kena ada objek. Okay, you kena ada objek ataupun kena ada completed thought so that the sentence become logical, become complete, okay, and make sense. Faham ini adalah namanya transitive verbs. Buys is a transitive verb. Kalau tak ada completed thought, memang tak jadi. Kena ada. Like what you mention here. Nampak tak? Sini kecil. The action buys, this one ni, buys is an action verb. Yeah? Buys passes from the subject, daripada sini, dia tengah-tengah, to the direct object, his lunch. Nampak ni? Mesti ada ni. Ada subject, ada verb, ada objek ataupun completed thought. Barulah dia lengkap ayat tu. So in this sentence, buys is a transitive verb. Tu je. Ingat tu je ya semua ya. Transitive verbs ialah verb yang kita gunakan bersama-sama dengan subjek dan objek ataupun subjek dan completed thought. Itu saja. Okay? As simple as that. Right. While kalau intransitive lah macam mana? Jadi kalau tak ada objek apa kesa? Depends. Okay, contohnya this one. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom out. Zoom in. Zoom out. Contoh kan? Okay. Intransitive verb don't need an object to make sense. They have meaning on their own. Intransitive verb don't take a direct object. Dia tak ada objek tau. Dia tak ada completed, dia tak ada objek yang direct. Instead, transitive verbs might have an adverb or an adverbial phrase that completes their meaning. Okay. Contoh kan. This one. The chaplain is the subject. Reads is the verb. Okay. So, reads here is considered as what? As an intransitive verb. Sebab apa? Kita tahu yang subjek tu sedang buat apa? Sedang membaca. Kan? Membaca is already a verb yang perbuatan yang memang literally membaca something. Kan? Betul tak? Takkan dia baca mata orang pula kan? Tapi kalau you nak tambah something else belakang tu boleh je. Tapi it's different lah tadi dia. Okay? But the chaplain reads. This one is considered as an intransitive verb because dia dah boleh berdiri atas kaki dia sendiri. Tak ada masalah. Kalau you nak tambah the chaplain reads a book, boleh. No problem, tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau dia tak tambah a book, kita tambah noktah je, it still makes sense. It still makes sense. Okay? Dia tak sama macam buys tadi. Contohnya the chaplain buys. Buys what? Jadi ayat dia macam tergantung. Tapi reads tak ada. phrase memang complete dah. Sorry sir, saya still tak faham part transitive verb. Simple je Wak. Transitive verb simple je. Ada subjek, ada verb, ada objek. Tu je. Okay. Tu je dia punya itu. Tapi kalau transitive verb ni, kalau kita tak taruh objek, nanti ayat dia akan jadi confusing. That's all. Okay. Benda-benda technically memang macam tu. You kena try and error. Kalau you nampak macam okay, macam tadi kan. Saya buka balik Macam tadi kan, yang bias ni kan. Kalau you tak letak objek his life ni, you cuba letak the director bias saja, dia akan jadi tergantung. Bias what? We don't know. So that's why kena ada objek untuk menyatakan untuk completekan sentence tu. So ayat dia jadi make sense. Tu je sebenarnya. Dia tak ada apa tu? Dia tak rumit pun sebenarnya. Ingat ni. Okay, macam saya kata tadi, transitive verb dia ada apa? Subjek, dia ada verb dan dia ada objek, iaitu ataupun completed thought dia macam ni. Saya besarkan tadi. Ni. Subjek, kan ada subjek kat sini. Lepas tu dia ada verb. Lepas tu dia ada objek. That's all. So bias ini akan jadi transitive verb bila dia ada subjek dan dia ada objek. That's all. Okay. Baik Zura, boleh faham? Itu je. Jangan yang pening-pening kepala. Benda dia simple je. Alright. Okay, yang tadi macam tadi kan. Tadi saya baru terangkan yang okay tadi. Yang atas kan. Okay, yang ni untuk apa tadi? Intransitive verb kan. Kalau macam tadi, kita ada subjek, ada verb, ada objek. Betul tak? Tapi kalau untuk contohlah kita nak tambah yang belakang ni as a completed thought ni kan. Kita ada subjek. Kita sini kita ada subjek. Saya besarkan sikit lah. Okay. Kita ada subjek. Lepas tu kita ada verb kat sini. Lepas tu kita ada adverb. Dia tak sama Dia tak sama. Kalau transitive, dia ada subjek, ada verb, ada objek. Betul? Itu transitive. Kalau untuk intransitive, it has a subject, it has a verb, and then it has an adverb. Yang ada li belakang ni kan. Ni sebut adverb lah ni. Ni dia combination dia. Okay. Subject, verb, adverb. Okay. Cuba tengok yang bawah ni. The chaplain reads in the garden. Yang belakang ni ada in the garden. Okay, yang ini adalah adverbial phrase. Okay, in the garden. Okay, let's take a look at the definition again. Okay. The adverbial phrase in the garden starts with the preposition in. Nampak ni? Dia start dengan in kan? The chaplain reads in. Dia ada preposition kat sini. Kata arah Kalau dia start dengan kata arah preposition, so usually it is known as prepositional phrase. This one lah. Okay, prepositional phrase. Kalau ada tempat. Alright. So, the action word read ni doesn't pass from the subject to anything. Okay, instead, the adverb quickly and prepositional phrase in the garden completed the verb reads. So, kat sini dia tak ada dia tak perlukan objek. Okay. So, dia boleh berdiri atas kaki dia sendiri tanpa objek. Dia ada subjek tapi dia tak ada objek. So, dia jadi satu ayat lengkap. Tapi kalau you nak tambah belakang dia untuk jadikan dia sebagai intransitive, you tambah adverb ataupun prepositional phrase macam ni, in the garden. Contohnya contoh verb intransitive verb kan, penggunaan intransitive verb. Contohnya Mr. Haziq works in the library. Okay, Mr. Haziq works in the library. Okay, so Mr. Haziq works. Okay, Mr. Haziq works in the library. So works is an intransitive verb. Dia ada yang sebab belakang tu kita ada prepositional phrase in the library macam tu. Okay, so benda tu jadi satu komplement kepada verb ni kan. So verb ni dia akan jadi intransitive. Itu je sebenarnya. Okay, so untuk rumuskan kat sini untuk transitive dan intransitive verb macam gini je. Kita ambil mudah macam ni. Okay, let's just use the layman's term supaya semua orang boleh faham. Okay, untuk transitive, dia punya verb tu akan bersama-sama dengan subjek dan objek. Okay, itu adalah transitive verb. Okay. Untuk untuk intransitive verbs pula, verbs tu akan bersama-sama dengan subjek ataupun dengan verb sahaja. Itu yang pertama subjek dan verb sahaja. Pak, ayat dia logik. Dan dia dah jadi intransitive verb sebab dia tak perlu ada objek. Itu satu. Yang nombor dua, dia ada ni verb, okay? Ni verb, ada subjek, ada verb, lepas tu dia ada adverb. Okay, ada adverb. So verb yang ni akan jadi intransitive verb. Okay, dan yang ketiga, ada subjek, ada verb dan ada prepositional phrase yang merujuk kepada tempat sesuatu. Ya, okay, dia ada contoh kan lepas verb ni dia ada preposition word. Contoh macam in, on, under, in from, behind. Okay. Kalau ada je preposition word kat sini, dia akan jadi prepositional word. Prepositional phrase. So, verb ini akan menjadi intransitive verb. Itu je. So, intransitive verb yang last kali, subjek, ada verb, ada prepositional phrase. Jadilah verb tu akan jadi intransitive verbs. Itu je. Nothing much. Because benda ni, bila you buat essay, or when you want to do your speaking test, because during the speaking test, you must make sure that your sentence structure is that good, is correct, and then the usage of your tenses is correct, and then the subject verb agreement must be correct, especially because benda tu bersangkut paut, berkait rapat kan, grammarnya dengan language dan sebagainya kan. Itu je. You tak payah penting apa ke transitive verb ni, apa ke intransitive verb, tak payah. Tak payah. Ini cuma teori. Okay, this is only the theory je saya share malam ni. Untuk practicality, untuk buat essay kan, yang bab transitive, intransitive ni jangan risau sangat. Sebab benda ni, saya cakap, benda ni penting. Benda ni penting. Cumanya jangan risau. Sebab you memang memang dah akan biasa dengan benda ni. Dia biasa dengan sentence structure ni. Cumanya kita tak highlight je, ni transitive ataupun intransitive, tak. Kita tak highlight macam tu. Okay, jangan risau. Apa ni? So yang adverb tu semua berhali lah. Contohlah. Kan kita ada adjective kan, slow. Contohlah slow kan. Slow is an adjective. Tambah li kat belakang tu. Jadilah adverb. Slowly. Smart. Smart ialah adjective. You tambah ly kat belakang tu. Jadilah smartly. Smartly, jadilah adverb. Gitu. It's very easy. Yang ada li tu mostly ialah adverbs. Itu je. Okay. Suddenly lah. Exactly. Okay. Itu semua adalah adverb. Okay, Bazura. Okay. Bayar ni. Okay, tak. Okay, habis irregular. Habis dah transitive dengan intransitive verb. Itu je. Tak banyak sangat pun. Okay, tak banyak sangat pun. Pasal yang mula-mula action. Action dengan dengan stative verbs. Tu kita tak tahu nak kenal verb tu apa. Verb ni ada ni, ada itu. Lepas tu penggunaan dia pula ada transitive, ada intransitive. Tu je. Okay, tak ada tu basic. Okay, ternyata so easy. Okay. Ada banyak tau. Apa nama dia yang adverb tu. Nanti cek Google Okay. Right. Part 1 done. Part 2 done. Next. Regular and irregular verbs. Ini pun hari tu masa dekat essay memang nampak lah, kalau especially yang middle to low proficiency ni ada ramai yang confused antara regular dengan irregular verbs. Sebenarnya regular ni senang je nak tahu. Regular ni ada verbs that we put ed bila kita buat past tense. Yang ada ed dia semua regular verb. Tapi kalau irregular ada something changes in that verb. Okay, let's take a look at the definition here. Ke depan. Okay, like for this one, right? Regular verbs follow typical conjugation patterns like dance, danced, and dance. So dance dance is in the root verb. Okay, root verb. Ataupun boleh je guna untuk present tense. But for simple past tense, we just add on D or ED lah. For example, this one, danced. Kan? Tambah ED je. And for past participle, ini kena tahu ya. Ini semua, semua penonton, semua anak-anak murid, semua kena tahu. For verbs, kita ada 3 jenis. Tiga types, okay. First is the root one. Ataupun the root one plus the root one lah. Okay. First one is the root one. Like in this case, dance. The second one kita ada past, simple past. Past tense of dance is danced. Okay, danced. Alright. And then kita ada yang ketiga, which is past participle. Past participle ni kita akan gunakan bersama-sama dengan present perfect. Kalau present perfect, kita akan gunakan past participle. Kita guna past simple, tak? Alright? Itu kalau regular verb. DED je. DED dah. Itu adalah regular verbs. But whereas irregular verbs do not, meaning dia tak guna ed. Tak. Something changes. Like drive is the root form. Is the root verb, drive. But to change it into a simple past tense, you have to change the spelling. Okay, talk about irregular verbs. Ada certain irregular verbs, you have to change the spelling. Like in this case, like this one. Drive, alhamdulillah. The simple past tense is drove. So you change the spelling drive to drove. And then for past participle, the third version, you have to change again, the spelling again, into driven. Nampak tak? Dia tukar. Drive, drove, driven. Ada yang kita tukar macam ni. Tapi ada juga some irregular verbs which you don't change the spelling. For example, read. Baca, read. Past tense of read is read. Same spelling, R-E-A-D. And the past participle is not readden, or readed. Okay, the past participle of read is also read, R-E-A-D, tanpa mengubah spelling. Ada yang macam itu juga. Ada yang tukar spelling, ada yang tak payah tukar spelling. So when ini dua is considered under irregular verbs. Okay, these two are under irregular verbs. Okay, so is this the simple past tense? So I told you kan, is this the simple past tense and past participle of an irregular verb that has no usual pattern to follow. Macam yang inilah usual pattern ya, yang regular verbs ni. These are the regular patterns. Yang ed this were normal pattern. But for irregular verbs like this one is quite unique. Like I told you, some we have to change the spelling, some we don't have to change the spelling. Okay. Right, take the verb hide. Okay, hide is a verb. Hide, then menyorok. Hide is an irregular verb, you know. You cannot say hide, past tense, hided. Past participle, hided. No. Yeah, hide is an irregular is an irregular verb. Okay. He hid in the closet. So hid, the right one that I've highlighted here, is the simple past tense of hide. Siapa ni? Zetros. Oh no. Kita ada lagi plus minus 50 minutes. 50. Lama lagi. Sekarang kita baru part 3 ya. Alright, Zetros. It's okay. Alright. Tapi nanti kalau you nak tengok istilah you nak catch up balik apa yang awal-awal tadi, you can rewatch the video. Okay. You can rewatch the session by using the YouTube link given. Okay. 50 minutes because we will end at 10 o'clock. Yeah, 50. Correct. Not 15 lah. 15 kan tak sempat nak habis semua. Jangan. Alright. 50 minutes. Alright. Let's continue. Jadi kita mana? Oh yeah. Hid. Okay. Hid is the past simple of hide. See? We have to change the spelling. Yeah. We have to change the spelling from hide to hid. And if we want to use this one is past participle because we are using had here. Had is the past participle. Had is the past perfect. Okay, had is the past perfect. Okay, had hidden. See, hidden is the past participle of the word hide. Jadi hide. Nampak tak? Saya bagi tahu tadi kan. Untuk perfect tenses dengan perfect tenses especially. For perfect tenses, memang kita akan guna past participle. It doesn't matter whether it is a present perfect, past perfect, or future perfect. We are still going to use this one. Okay? Past participle. Understand? Alright. Alright, let's take a look at the next one. There's a lot, see? Ini baru sikit tau. There's a lot. Walaupun nampak macam banyak kan. Top 50 regular verbs. This is only the top ones. But there are like gazillions of verbs. See? If you can see here. Okay, infinitive is the root form. These are some verbs which are regular. Yeah, some regular verbs. Like for example, accept. So you just add on ed. Past tense you add on ed jadi accepted. Same goes to past participle. Just add on ed. See? Accept, accepted, accepted. Act, acted, acted. Add, added, added. Behave, behave, behave. See? Ni A, B sampai Z lah. See? Add, behave, carry. Sorry. This one is apa nama dia? Typo. It's not carry ya. It's care. Biasanya se-live hari apa yang bila? Ini kena tengok schedule lah. Sebab kita saya tak ingat se-live hari apa. Tapi saya kena tengok schedule. Sebab kita dah ada schedule. 1 bulan tu sekali ke 2 kali. Okay. Just wait lah. Stay tuned. Okay, just stay tuned. Nanti tarikh dia akan bagi. Nanti dia akan bagi tahu. Okay. Alright. What was I? Yeah. Compare, compete, describe. So all these verbs. Die. Apakah dying No. Die. So you just add on ed. Disagree, disturb. So all these words, this one, kan, contohlah macam ni kan, fry. Kita, sir, bukan ke kalau kita tukar spelling tu, dia kan jadi irregular. Ya, betul. Tapi in this case macam fry ni, they still under regular. Cumanya kita buang je Y. Jadi kita tukar jadi IED. Itu dia punya rule dia. Okay. Y kita buang, kita jadi tambah IED. That's fried. Fried. Macam tu. Okay. It's still under it's still under regular verb because dia ada follow the trend. The trend is just the same. IED, IED. Nampak tak? Dia tak berubah. Okay. Dia tak berubah jauh. Sama je. Dia sama ada tambah IED, ED, D. That's it. Itu je untuk regular verbs. Nothing much. Okay, jangan risau. Cumanya okay, saja tadi. Ada sikit lagi kan. Want, wanted, underline. Macam-macam lagi. Okay, there's a lot. Okay. Cumanya to know, nanti kan contoh kita kan ada regular and irregular verb kan. So macam mana kita nak tahu sama ada dia ni regular or irregular verb? Itu susah. Okay. So if you want to know, because we have like gazillions of verbs in the world, a lot. There's a lot of verbs. Yeah, I can't say like each. Okay, let me check the fact. How many verbs? How many verbs in English? Ini pun dia bagi tahu macam tak exact pula. Dia kata there are over 1,000 possible verbs you can use in the English. Meaning there more than that lah. Okay, more than that. So nak sebut satu penat. Banyak kan? So you have to read a lot. Okay, you have to read. There's no other way but to read. Okay, untuk make sure you get more vocabs and more verbs to register in your brain, you have to read. So that you akan jadi akan jadi selesa. You are comfortable dengan penggunaan verb tu and familiar dengan penggunaan verb tu. If you don't read, then it's going to be impossible for you to guess whether that one is a regular or an irregular verb. Okay. Alright. Past, double S, tambah ED. Perform. Persuaded. Okay. Alright. Program. Double M. Okay. Protected. And review, previewed. Okay. Review. Bukan preview ni pun sama juga. Ini ada typo. Bukan preview. Bukan Reviewed. Reviewed. Bukan previewed. Aduh, hai. Okay. Short. Slow. Turn. Underline dia. ED. Wanted. So, if you can see from all these verbs, all these regular verbs, dia ada dia punya flow dia. Sama je. Dia punya trend dia. You just add on ED ataupun IED. That's all for the regular verb. Nothing much. Okay. Cuma you kena familiar je what verbs I'm going to give. Sir, can you give us some vocab words that can replace commonly used words? Okay, can you please tell me give me some example of commonly used words that you're talking about? There's a lot, right? To say. Give me some examples. Because because you in the text, especially in writing, we have to use mature vocabs, right, to get more marks, especially on your language, right? So give me just list down a few. If let's say you have some, just list down, so I might be able to give some suggestions. There's a lot. Tak tipu. Okay, just let me know which one. Okay, tu specify the commonly used words. You mean like big? You use humongous instead of big, or petite instead of tiny, or petite instead of small? Like is it like that? Itulah. Or for example, if you use cohesive devices kan, cohesive devices pun ada video dia. Sila tengok nanti. Okay. Instead of using like, you might want to use, for example, or for instance, and instead of using and, you might want to use you use furthermore or moreover. Kan? Or instead of using finally, or you want to sum up everything kan, you might want to sum up, or in a nutshell, okay, to conclude, okay, in conclusion. In conclusion is very simple lah. Just use to sum up in a nutshell. Okay, there's a lot je kata, specify some. Okay, alright, these are the apa tadi, these are the regular verbs. So let's check the irregular verbs. 100 examples. 100 this is 100, 100 je. Oh, tiga kan. Okay, maybe lah. Okay, let's check a few. Alright, so this one, abide. Oh, sekejap Okay, abide. So you have to change to a bird. A bird. Nampak tak? Tukar jenis spelling a bird. This one, arise. Arose, arisen. Nampak tak? Change also. Awake, awoke. Ada awaken juga, ada awoken. Okay. This one, be is the root form. And then the past tense of be is was or were. But the past participle of be is been. That's a lot. Kalau is there any Form 1 students in the house? Okay, kalau ada Form 1 student, by right, you boleh tengok dekat belakang buku Pulse 2 tu dia ada sets of regular and irregular verbs. Irregular verbs is, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can check the list. Kalau buku close up, I'm not sure. You might want to check. Yeah. Kalau you sekolah swasta, you akan guna ini form berapa sir? Ini semua form pun boleh. Form 1 sampai form 5. Don't worry. You use all this. Okay? Apa lagi Kalau close up, kalau form 3 close up kan. Kalau form 3, cuba tengok kat belakang. Kalau form 4, kita guna apa ke nama buku tu? Full Blast for form 4. And also download for form 5. Cuba cek dekat belakang buku. Selalunya dia akan bagi buku. Kalau sekolah swasta, you guys akan guna both students book dengan workbook. Kalau sekolah kerajaan, most schools akan guna students book. So cuba cek dekat belakang students book tu, ada tak dia bagi list. Selalunya memang ada dia bagi list of irregular verbs kat belakang tu. Boleh check. Okay. For student. Good luck Okay, good luck. My school just finished speaking tests now. Okay, and I was the I was the assessor. Okay, no worries. Relax, chill. Don't panic. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you can check the list. Okay, the list of the irregular verbs in your textbook, as well as on Google. There's a lot. Boleh check sini. Saya pun dapat ni pun dekat Google. Okay, yang saya share sekarang ni kan. So for example, this one, broadcast. Remember that I told you that there are some words that you don't have to change. You don't have to change the spelling. Like in this case, broadcast. Broadcast. Tak tukar kan? Bring. Ini bring proper lah. Mana ni? Baik. Bat pun tak tukar. Bat and bat. Tak tukar. Some words, some verbs yang tak tukar pun ejaan dia. They don't change the spelling. What else? Saya sampai F saja. So there's a lot. Okay, there's a lot. Fight, fought, feel, felt, feed, fed, interweave, interwove, interwoven. Yang standard kita guna eat, ate, eaten lah. Itu biasalah. Okay. Drive, drove, driven, drink, drank, drink, drank, drunk. Dream, dream, draw, drew. There's a lot. So you can check. Okay, all these verbs are irregular verbs. Okay. What is interweave? Okay, interweave. Interweave. Oh, maksudnya dia jahitan itu it's inter like that. Jahitan itu is very strong. Interweave. Weave is jahit. Okay. Inter it means dia dah bersimpulan. Simpulan tu. Simpulan tu. Itu nama maksud interweave. Okay. For example, in English it says that blend closely. For example, Wordsworth's political ideas are often interwoven with his philosophical and religious belief. Okay. Dia macam apa? Istilah kegabungan lah like that. Apa dia punya pemikiran tu dah cantuman tu kesamaan, interweave, itu maksud dia. Okay, but students, ada berapa ramai students form 5 dalam ni? Seorang. Okay, good luck, bye. Good luck, bye Zura. Okay, kalau for those who are form 5, no, this goes to everybody. During the speaking test, during the speaking inter is one word, twine is another word. Okay, sekejap. Okay, during the speaking test, by right, technically, you cannot ask for meanings, you know. Some students, they don't understand the meaning, kan? Teacher, what is the meaning of this word? We cannot answer, we cannot answer that, no, because by default you should already know the meaning of the words. So you really have to understand, you really have to comprehend the meaning of the words. Jangan tiba-tiba tak tahu. Previous years, some people, they don't even understand. Some lah, maybe bukan korang lah, some they don't understand the meaning of the word neighborhood. Jiran-jiran tangga. Tapi some tak faham. So that's why if you ask the meaning, nanti the interlocutor just tunjuk je macam ni. No anymore. Memang tak boleh tanya bang ke sis. Barat memang tak boleh. Cannot ask. Tapi maybe atas budi bicara interlocutor tu lah untuk bagi tahu kan the meaning of the word. Tapi most of the time memang tak boleh bagi tahu pun sebenarnya. Memang tak boleh. Ya ke? Tak apa. It's okay. You can still try. You still got time. Bye Zura. Don't worry. You still got time. As long as you don't give up. Okay? As long as you don't give up. Ingat, take for me just take paper 1, paper 2. Nanti yang lain tu you tambah-tambah lagi. Okay? Alright. 92 point. Cepat. Okay. So, I think that's it for regular and irregular verbs. Okay. Dan habis dah. Ada lagi 2 topik. Dalam setengah jam saya akan cuba tackle dalam setengah jam ni. Dua topik ni. Okay. So, tadi rumuskan regular verb. Okay. Regular verb adalah verb yang di mana anda akan tambah D ataupun ED dekat verb dia supaya jika anda ingin jadikan dia sebagai past tense. Faham Dia tambah D dengan ED. Itu je. Irregular verbs are the verbs yang kalau you nak jadikan dia sebagai past tense, sama ada you kena tukar dia punya spelling or the spelling doesn't change at all of the verb. Understand? They might change the sound, but they don't change the spelling. Understood? Itu je irregular verb. Nak tahu macam mana apa irregular verb, apa verb? Go and research, Go and do some research. No research lah. Reading. Okay, do some reading. Okay, that's about regular and irregular verbs. Okay, next. Modal auxiliary verbs. Modal verbs ataupun kita panggil, okay? Modal verb shows possibility, kemungkinan, intent, niat, intention, ability, kebolehan, or necessity, keperluan. Okay, there's some example. Common examples of modal verbs include yang kita selalu guna. Can, should, must. Okay. Ada Baizura? Ada je. Pergi tengok. Ada. Pergi tengok saya dah buat dah hari tu. Okay. Alright, ada can, could, should, ada banyak. Must, would, ada banyak. Okay, untuk model verb. Okay, because they are a type of auxiliary verbs. Ataupun dikenali sebagai helper verb. Ya. Ada yang tak kena auxiliary, kita bagi sebagai layman's, in the layman's terms, helper verb. Verb apa? Kata kerja bantuan lah kita panggil dalam Melayu kan. They are used alongside the infinitive form. Okay. Anak-anak murid semua, sila ingat ini. Okay. Jikalau anda guna model verb, if you use model verbs, the verb, kata kerja which comes after that must be in the root form. Mesti dalam kata kerja yang asal. You get me or not? You cannot add ed, you cannot add ing, you cannot add es, you cannot do irregular verb, you cannot change the spelling. All those things. Tak boleh. That's the rule. Okay, that's the rule. Alright, bila you guna model verbs, the verbs comes after that must be in the infinitive form, the root verb. Okay, now let's check some examples here. Okay, example, mana kau? When are model verbs used? Gitu. Bila guna ni? Gitu. Alright. Number 1. Likelihood. Okay, some things are likely to be true, maybe betul, but can't be stated as definite facts. Definite facts. Jadi, maybe benda tu betul. Okay. Tapi kita tak boleh tunjukkan benda tu sama ada it is a fact or not. So, kalau nak in this case, in these cases, you can use the model verbs should and must to show probability. This is more into probability, okay? Without certainty. Okay, for example, her parent must be so proud. Saya besarkan sikit sini. Yeah. Her parents must be so proud. Okay, must. Must is the model verb. Be is the root form. Okay, be verb, Must be so proud. Tapi kita boleh sure ke sama ada dia ni proud or not kan? Might be true, it might be true, it might be not. Tapi for possibility, probability, boleh kita guna must. Kita boleh guna must. The parent must be so proud. Gitu kan? Boleh. So must is the modal verb, be is the root verb. Understand? Boleh try pakai PEEC, PESO structure. Try. Nanti boleh try. Okay, cari kat situ, okay? And secondly, my baby brother should be asleep by now. Should is a modal verb, kan? Should be. Be is the root verb. Should be. So should maksudnya adik saya ni sepatutnya, sepatutnya dah tidur sekarang ni, sepatutnya. So it might be true. Kan, it might not be true. It might not be true. Contohnya, lah tak tidur lagi rupanya. Kan? So itu saya kata probability and the possibility. So in this case, you can use must or should. Okay, understand Likelihood is to show probability without certainty. You don't certain. Okay, it's not certain, but it's like a probability. So you boleh guna must be, should be, no problem. Okay, next. Possibility. Also, another still ada possibility, tapi macam tadi might not certain kan. Alright. In a situation when something is possible but not certain, dia benda tu possible tapi still not certain. Use the modal verb could, may or might. Okay. Kalau macam tadi, macam ni ada must dengan should ni kan. Must dengan should ni dia punya percentage of betul tu is like 80%. Okay. 80% to 100%. Kalau must tu dah 90% to 100%. Benda tu betul. It's a probability tapi tak certain lagi. But the certainty towards the certainty tu is like up to 90% to 100% certain. dia tak confirm lagi Saya kata 90% saja. Tapi kalau possibility like this one, could, may or might. So for example, judging by the clouds, it might be rain today. So this is more like 60%. Okay, 60% to 70%. True, certain. Okay, lagi 30% tu tak tak certain, tak sure. But 70% sure lah. Or she may become the youngest pro soccer player ever. So may kan. So maksudnya selepas probability kena ada B lah. It depends on the word. It depends on the word. It depends. Dia bergantung. Tengok kepada ayat apa yang awak nak buat. Contoh kan, macam tadi yang must ni kan. Yang ni dia guna B kan. B, root verb B. Saya boleh cakap macam ni. Let me give you some other example. Okay. He must have the pencil box by now. Must have. He must have the pencil box by now. Must is the root form. Must is the modal verb. Have is the root form. Root verb. So macam kata tadi kan, dia terpulang. Dia tengok kepada ayat apa yang awak nak buat. Yang penting bila you guna modal verb lepas tu kena guna root form. Okay, tu je. Jangan pening-pening kapra. Okay. Alright, ni contoh-contoh je. Macam tadi kan, yang ini possibility. Yang tadi probability, ni possibility. So, may is a possibility. Become is the root form of become. Okay. Become ni bukan root form of come Come dengan become two different words. Okay, come dengan become are two different words. So, jangan keliru. Say may, mungkin. So, this is like 50 to 60%. Become. She might become the youngest pro soccer player ever. Depends. Okay. Next one. Ability. Ability ni kebolehan kan. Okay. The modal verb can. Can expresses whether the subject of a sentence is able to do something. Okay. Kalau dia tak boleh, macam biasa, kita guna the negative form cannot or can't. Can't. British, right? Can't. Okay. Cannot or can't. So, can is untuk menunjukkan sama ada you boleh ke tak boleh buat benda tu. Faham Can. Ability. Kebolehan. You boleh ke tak boleh? Kalau you boleh, you can. Kalau you tak boleh, you cannot or you can't. Okay, for example, she can. Let me zoom in. Zoom out. Okay, she can speak 3 languages but none of them well. Okay, maksudnya dia boleh ke tak boleh? Boleh. She can speak. So this is what you call it ability. She is able to speak 3 languages. However, none of them are well. Kan? Tak adalah macam semua perfect kan. Mungkin all the 3 languages are all broken. Broken. Okay, it's the languages are broken languages. So yeah, alright. So can is like it's able. If let's say you want to say like, dia tak boleh cakap. Bahasa apa-apa kan. Contohnya dia tak boleh cakap bahasa Korea. She can't speak Korean language. She can't speak Korean. She can't speak. Can't is the negative model for can, and then speak is the root form. Yang beza kat sini lah can dengan can't. Can and cannot, that's all. Can boleh, cannot tak boleh. Tu je lah. Must, mustn't. Tu. Alright, might not. Okay, tu je beza dia. Tapi the verb tu yang kita guna selepas model tu mesti root form. In this case kan, you can lead a horse to water. You boleh kan? You boleh lead. Lead is the root form. Lead. Bawa. Okay, tunjukkan arah. Lead. Okay, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. See, can't is the negative form of can. Negative. Can't. Can, can't. Make is still under root form of verb. Nampak tak? Tak tambah ed, tak ada tambah apa pun kat sini. Okay, still guna root form. Make. Bukan cut made, bukan cut making, bukan cut makes. No. Make. Ya, root form. Alright. Apa lagi? So, ini adalah possibility. Dia banyak saya rasa. Ada 9. Ini ability. Permission. Nak minta kebenaran. Permission. So, kat sini kata, untuk permission, untuk minta kebenaran, you start your question with can I? Question ya. So, meaning dekat depan. Okay. Kalau question dia dekat depan, dekat depan, kalau statement dekat tengah-tengah. Okay. Kalau question dia can I go to the toilet please? May I go to the toilet? So, may kat depan sentence. Okay. Or could. Okay. So, traditionally, may is considered more formal and polite usage for permission. Okay. Kalau if you ask, can I go to the bathroom? It could be misinterpreted as, do I have the ability to go to the bathroom? Kan? Tapi boleh je. Normally, yeah, no problem. Just, excuse me, can I go to the toilet please? Boleh je. But, to be more polite, ya, untuk jadi lagi sopan, you might want to use may. Okay? Boleh guna may untuk soalan je. Okay? You may I go to the toilet please? May I go someplace else please? May I talk to you? Boleh je. Okay, it's more polite that way. Alright. However, in modern informal usage, may and can are both perfectly acceptable. See? Perfectly acceptable options. Boleh guna, tak ada masalah. For describing possibility or permission. No problem, no problem. Okay. Students, you may leave early today. Or students, you can leave early today. Boleh juga. Can I play too? Kalau normally, kalau biasa-biasa, can I play too? Yeah, boleh je. Or, could I play too? Pun boleh juga. Or may I play too? May I? No problem, no problem. Boleh guna. Okay? Alright, and then kita ada request. Minta, request. Kita boleh will. We can use would, we can use can or could. See, the word can be used for multiple purpose. Bukannya can boleh hanya guna untuk request. Tak juga. Can boleh guna untuk ability, can boleh guna untuk request. Terpulang kepada sentence kita buat tu. Alright, for example, request, right? Minta tolong. Would you get that box off the top shelf? Would you? Boleh tak? Or will you turn that music down? Will you turn? Would. Lepas tu ada noun atau pronoun and then ada verb. See? Would, root verb. Will, root verb. Same. Tak ada beza. Okay? Cuma dia penggunaan ni untuk request. Right? And then kita ada command. Command. Ya, command. So you nak arahkan some people to do something, ya. If you want to command someone, you nak arahkan someone, use the modal verb must, have, or need. You suruh orang, suruhan, ya, suruhan. You boleh guna must like 90% to 100%, have more into 60 to 70%, or need 40% to 50% yang dia kena buat. With the letter to, the main verb does not drop the word to from the infinitive verb. Contohnya, you must wash your hands before cooking. Meaning, like 90% to 100%. 100%. Okay? 90% to 100%. Dia kena basuh tangan. You must wash your hands before cooking. It's an obligation. Wajib lah kiranya kan. But, you need to be here before 8 o'clock. Yeah, you need to be here lah before 8. But then if let's say you arrive exceeded 8 o'clock, then depends on that person lah. Mana tu nak denda ke apa kan. So it depends on the person saying that. Okay. Alright. To command. Okay. You boleh guna must, have, or need. It depends. Suggestion also. Okay. Nak suggest something or you want to give advice. Nak suggest apa, you boleh guna should. Hey, you should try the lasagna. Come on, try. Suggest. You suggest ke orang kan. Boleh bagi pendapat, advice. Or kalau ni advice pula, another suggestion, that guy should wear less cologne. Kan? Should wear. Suggestion, pendapat. Okay? Cadangan. Suggestion is cadangan. Okay. Kalau advice pula, contohnya you should come to school every day, you know. Okay, you should not be absent. You shouldn't be absent all the time. Okay. You should take good care of yourself. Itu you should say advice, giving apa nasihat. You should take good care of yourself. See? You should drink a lot of water. You should. But that is just an advice or it's just a suggestion. But kalau you nak suruh orang tu minum air, memang kena guna, you memang kena minum, wajib You must drink water. You must drink water. See? Different usage of modal verb, different meaning. Different tone sama. Okay? Alright. Suggestion, advice. Obligation, ni pun wajib juga. Ni wajib. Obligation means wajib. Yeah? Or necessity. Wajib. Kewajipan. Okay? Just must, have dengan need. This sama lebih kurang macam command. Okay, sama lebih kurang macam command. So, we have to wait. For example, we have to wait for our boss to arrive before we open. We have to. So, that's an obligation. Kalau you tak buat, kalau you langgar, there might be some bad things going to happen to you. But I don't know. Or maybe you want to say like, you don't need to come if you don't want to. Same. You don't need to come. Itu pun salah satu necessity juga, keperluan juga. You perlu ke tak datang? You perlu datang ke? Tak perlu kan? You tak perlu, tak payah datang lah. So, necessity. Alright? And then, what else? Habit. Okay. Habit kita boleh guna would, okay, to show an ongoing or habitual action, something the subject does regularly. So, you can use the modal verb would, yeah? To show habitual things, you can use verb would. Okay? For the past tense of will, would for the past tense and will for the present tense and future. The phrase used to is also acceptable when you're talking about a habit in the past. For example, when I lived alone. So this thing happened last time kan? When I lived alone, I would fall asleep with music. Past tense, okay? I will I will arrive early to every meeting and leave late. Okay, in the future. Alright. So this is a habitual thing. So you can use would, will, and use to for habitual. Okay. Last one. Okay, tadi habis dah. Itu je lah. Modal verbs. Okay, ingat. Modal verbs ialah helper words. Like for example, can, could, would, should, ought. Tu ada tambah banyak sebenarnya. Tapi kita bagi yang basic one. Okay. Can, could, would, should, must, need. Semua tu kan? Okay, all those words are modal verbs. And don't forget that when you use a modal verb, the verb comes after that must be in the root form. Ya, mesti gunakan kata perkataan verb yang asal. Understood? Okay. Last part. Subject verb agreement. Ni selalu orang salah. Kebanyakan student tersalah tau. Kadang-kadang, for example, the subject is a singular verb, a singular noun. Tapi the verb use, dia tak ada taruh S. Contoh. Contoh, Haziq walk. Haziq teach. Betul ke salah? Nanti kita tengok, okay? Right. A subject verb agreement means, subject verb agreement means that a subject and its verb must be both singular or both plural. Okay? For example, a singular subject takes a singular verb. Okay? A plural subject takes a plural verb. Okay. I'm confused. Okay, tak apa. Let's check for this example. Okay, let's analyze a bit here. Okay, in the following example, this one, first identify the subject and verb. Okay, then see if the verb agrees with the subject in being singular or plural. Okay, let's take number one. Okay, we have a subject here. Nampak tak dia kata? Subject dengan verb ni mesti berkaitan rapat kan? Kalau subject dia singular, verb dia kena singular. Okay, cuba tengok sini. The first one. John is the subject. Leave. is the verb. Okay, betul ke salah? John live in France or John lives in France. Which one? Okay, siapa yang tahu jawapan ni boleh komen dekat sini ya. Number 1 kena betul-betul. Okay, just write the answer there. And let's check together. Okay. Okay, there's that one. The arguments is sound and well supported. The arguments is sound and well supported. Or the arguments are sound and well supported. So which one? Number 1 ke number 2? Number 3 ke number 4? Okay, let's check the answer, shall we? Analysis. So sentence 2 is correct because the subject joins singular. Dia kan singular kan? Agrees with the third person singular form of the verb to live. Lives. Nampak tak? By right, for the first one, John is a singular verb kan? Lives is John is the singular noun. Sorry. John is the singular noun. Lives with the S. Lives is a singular verb. Kalau subjek dia singular, verb dia kena tambah S. Tu je. Tambah S ke tambah ES ke. Especially kalau you nak talk about simple tenses, like simple present tense ke simple past tense lah. Simple present tense especially. Okay, tambah S ataupun ES. In this case macam the arguments ni kan. Yang ni the next one pula. Sentence 4 is correct and sentence 3 is incorrect because the subject arguments plural they requires the third person plural form of the verb. B. R. This one. Okay. Dia dah tahu. Okay. Now the subject is in plural. So is a singular is a singular verb. Salah. We need to use the plural verb of is, which is are. So the arguments are sound and well. Are adalah plural verb. Take note. Okay. Are ialah plural verb. This one is under present tense. Understand? Arguments adalah plural noun. So meaning subjek dengan verb ni mesti agree bersama-sama. Kalau subjek tu plural, verb mesti plural. Kalau subjek tu singular, verb dia pun mesti singular. Okay? Subjek singular tak ada S. Subjek plural ada S. Understand? Subjek plural ada S. Verb plural tak ada S. Contohnya kalau contoh sebenarnya subjek kan, subjek Mr. Haziq satu kan. Mr. Haziq teaches. Nampak tak? Mr. Haziq ada S, teaches. Verb dia ada S. Tapi kalau dia punya subjek tu plural. Contohnya Mr. Haziq and his colleagues. Dia plural kan? Dia lebih daripada satu. Tu dah plural verb. Kalau dia punya verb ialah teach. Tak ada S. Itu partner dia. So kedua-dua mesti agree bersama. Okay? That's what it mean by agreement. Okay. Alright. Now. So ada 5 rules. Okay, dah ada 7 minit lagi. So let's talk about the last part. The 5 rules about subject verb agreement. Number 1, singular subjects joined by the word and are generally plural. Okay, contohnya kan. Both the art teacher, ini singular kan, and the students. The students ni plural kan. So technically ni tambah ni ada dah jadi plural. Dah subject phrase jadi plural lah, sebab dia ada lebih daripada satu orang. Art teacher dengan students dia. So this one dah jadi plural form, plural subject. So the verb must also be in plural. Plural ada S ke tidak untuk verb? Tidak ada. Enjoy. Enjoy tak ada S. So both the art teacher and the students enjoy. Students are plural noun, plural verb. Simple. Kalau plural noun, kalau noun tu lebih daripada satu, verb dia tak payah tambah S untuk simple. Okay. Next, number 2. Rule number 2. Indefinite pronouns. You might want to say someone ke anyone ke no one ke anybody ke somebody, nobody. one, either, neither. Usually take a singular verb. Contohnya, no one likes to fail at university. Okay? Okay? Does anyone have, okay, does anyone have a singular verb, okay? I have no, although kita guna does. Have is the form. Sorry. Let me give another example. Somebody likes to play football in this classroom. Okay. Ataupun nobody likes to eat cheese. Okay. Nampak tak? So, kalau kita guna all this indefinite pronoun, the verb ni mesti guna singular verb. As simple as that. Okay. Understand? Rule number 3. Nouns used with a quantifier some, any, almost can be singular or plural. This depends on whether the noun is countable or uncountable. Okay, tengok. Kadang-kadang kita ada guna quantifier. Some lah, any lah, almost kan. Kita ada guna quantifier. But to check whether if we want to use nak guna the verb tu, tengok dulu dia punya ni. Contoh kan, some of the policies were rejected, whilst others were approved. Okay, policies, plural countable noun. Okay, and this one, some of the research, this one is one right, was conducted. This one were rejected, apa tak? This one is under reported speech, if I'm not mistaken kan, were rejected kan, under reported speech. Betul lah, reported speech. Okay, were rejected, nampak tak? Policies boleh kira kan? Policies, 1 policy, 2 policies, 3 policies, boleh kira. So, kalau kita, benda tu boleh kira, it's kalau benda tu countable, boleh kira, kita guna were. Okay? Ataupun lah. Alright. Tapi kalau benda tu tak, kalau benda tu tak boleh kira, contohnya research kita tak boleh kira, solve tak boleh kira kan? Kita gunakan the singular version. Okay, the singular. What is a singular one? Okay, research singular, solve singular. Dia punya verb dia. Okay, it depends. It depends on the word. Tengok dia punya noun dia tu. Understand? Okay, baru kita gunakan the verb yang sepatutnya kita guna. Okay. Number 4. After a subject joined by either or, neither nor, or not only but also, the verb agrees with the subject nearest to it. Okay, contoh kan, neither the lecturer nor the students kan. Apakah noun yang paling dekat dengan verb tu? Students kan. Ini in the case kalau kita guna either or, neither nor, not only but also ya. Case yang ini saja. Tengok dia punya noun tu apa, dia yang sebelah verb tu. Kalau noun dia plural noun, like in this case students, kita gunakan plural verb want. Dia tak refer kepada the singular one, the lecturer ni tak. Dia refer kepada the plural one, which is the students. Understand? Macam dia kata tadi, the verb agrees with the subject nearest to it, which is the student. Kalau student dia singular, kita gunalah once. Neither the lecturer nor the student. Without the s, boleh kita guna once. Sebab student dia singular. So verb pun kena guna the singular one, tambah s. Tapi in this case, student dia plural. So verb pun tambah jadi, verb pun kena plural juga. Okay, last one. Number 5, last rule. This is the last one, okay. There is and there are agree with the noun that follows. Contohnya kan, there is ni singular kan. There is flexibility. Flexibility ni dia uncountable ya, flexibility ya. So kalau benda tu uncountable ataupun benda tu satu je noun dia singular, kita guna there is. Tapi if there are many nouns there, in this case many advantages. So advantages can be counted. 1 advantage, 2 advantages kan boleh kira. So kita guna there are. There are many advantages. Bukan there is There are many advantages to this kind of management structure. Because why? Advantageous boleh kira, benda yang boleh kira. Then kita guna there are. So itu je the 5 rules about subject agreement. Okay, untuk sum up subject verb agreement, kena faham kalau subject tu singular, the verb must also be in the singular verb, which is you kena tambah s. Faham Tapi kalau dia punya subject itu plural, lebih daripada seorang, the verb must also be in plural form, which is you tak tambah s. Itu sahaja subject verb agreement. And also there are the 5 rules about that. Okay. Questions anyone? Tepat 2 jam settle. Any other questions that you want to ask regarding on tonight's session or any other matter? Kalau ada boleh tanya kat comment box ni. Okay? Ada kucing gaduh. Alright, any questions anyone? Kalau tak ada, tak apa.
Okay, thank you Sahavi for sharing in tonight's session titled The Role of Verbs in Sentence Structure. To those who are still watching YouTube Live tonight, we have reached the end of the program session. Thank you to our panel for spending time for the slot tonight and giving a lot of important input information to the students and viewers. Thank you to everyone who watched this YouTube Live until the end of the show. I apologize if I misspoke and there was a technical problem while this post was going on. I pray for all the students to get excellent results in SPM. See you again. Thank you all. Take care and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bangun kawan, semaikan keazaman. Bangun kawan, tingkatan pencapaian. Untuk lahirkan insan-insan yang seimbang. Ibu bapa menaruhkan harapan bersama guru, gemilangkan pendidikan. Empower akademik menjulang kejayaan. Ayo ke sekolah.